Hi everyone and welcome to this Get Stronger program, and this is going to be a 2-week program. So there's going to be 8 videos that are split up over 2 weeks, and it's basically going to be a follow-on from my 21-day Begin With Me Pilates program, which I'll link down below. But of course you don't have to do the program to complete this 2 weeks, but just know that this is going to be more of an intermediate style Get Stronger program. And we're going to get started on our mats now. I want you to come down onto your back, slowly lower down onto your back, bend your knees, and then I want you to take your hands to your ribs. Now we're going to do some breathing, so I want you to give me a nice big inhale and expand your stomach, expand your ribs, and then exhale it all out through your mouth. Okay, on this next one I really want you to feel your core connection. So we're going to inhale and expand our belly and our ribs, and on your exhale I want you to draw the transverse abdominis in, and I want you to think of drawing the ribs down. So really feel that on your exhale. So put your hands on your ribs, inhale in, exhale, draw your transverse in like you're sliding doors together. Feel those ribs pull down. Inhale again. Exhale, connect to the core, lift the pelvic floor. Let's do another one. Inhale, expand the belly. Exhale, draw belly button to spine. Ribs draw down. Okay, so that's the breathing that we need to have throughout our class and throughout our movements. So we're just going to start our class slowly by warming up through the spine. We're going to start with some pelvic tilts. So I just want you to feel where your pelvis is, and I want you to feel for a neutral spine. So you might tuck and arch your back a bit, and then just see where your spine naturally sits. On our exhale, we're going to imprint our spine towards the mat. So inhale in. Exhale, press that lower back in towards the mat without clenching the glutes. Inhale, come back to neutral. Exhale, press the back in. Feel the rib-to-hip connection, that core connection. Inhale, come back to neutral. Exhale, press your back in towards the mat gently. Then inhale, come to neutral. We're going to progress that a bit. So on our exhale, we're going to roll up through our spine to a bridge position. So exhale, roll up vertebra by vertebra, going through your imprint up to a shoulder bridge. On your inhale, I want you to roll down vertebra by vertebra and then come back to neutral. So exhale, roll back up and really feel the articulation through the spine. So you're rolling up and down and you're feeling each vertebra. This is really good for your spinal health and your spinal mobility. So we're just moving up and down here, going at your own pace, follow your breath. It's such a good movement. Simple but good. The weight is in the back of your heels. Perfect. Let's do another 3. Just waking up the spine, working up the body for today's class. Think of that mind to muscle connection. Last 2. Rolling up slowly and then lowering down very slowly. Last one, we're going to lift up slowly, rolling through the spine. And then inhale, lower back down to neutral. Okay, we're going to get into the abs a bit now. We're going to do an ab series. So I want you to take your hands behind your head. We're going to start up with some ab curls. So on your exhale, I want you to lift up into your ab curl. Inhale, lower back down. Now when you lift up, I want you to take your gaze towards your legs. So your gaze isn't towards the ceiling. That's going to put a lot of strain on your neck. Make sure there is a little bit of gap between your chin and your chest. Inhale, lower back down. Exhale, lift, belly button to spine, abs on popping. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift, drawing the ribs to the hips. Making sure that that core is really working here, so you are not pulling your head up with your hands. That whole core is working to lift you up. Perfect. Let's do one more. Lower back down. Okay, so this next exercise is going to be a little bit of a tricky one, so I want you to follow along with me. We're going to lift the left leg in towards the chest as we lift our head up and extend the right leg. So exhale, lift up and extend that right leg long. Bring that knee in towards the chest. Inhale, lower, slide that right leg back in, extend the left leg. So here we are getting into those lower abs and those up abs. This is a very intense exercise for our core. I want you to focus on trying to press your lower back in towards the mat, because then you'll feel it more in your lower abs. And you also won't be working your lower back as much. So exhale, lift, bring knee to chest. Inhale, lower and extend. Woo! This is a tough one on the abs. Let's do one more, then we're going to add a twist. Perfect. Extend the leg back out. On our next one, I want you to lift and twist opposite elbow to knee, then lower back down. Extend the leg. Exhale, lift and twist. Go at your own pace. The slower that you do this, actually, the more you'll feel it. I want you to think about bringing that armpit towards your knee so that you really feel that rotation. It's going to get into your obliques more. My abs are burning. I hope yours are too. Let's do another one. Bring it in. Release the neck. Hug it in. Just rock here. Releasing the abs. And then we're going to go into the other side. So prepare yourself. That was a lot of core work. Okay. Whew. Okay, so getting ready. Feet flat on the mat, hands behind head. Now we're going to bring the right knee in and extend the left leg. So right knee comes in, left leg extends. And then right leg extends up as left knee draws in. So really slide that foot across the mat, getting into those lower abs. You're doing so well. Exhale to lift. Inhale to lower. Abs on fire. But after this, we're not done with the abs yet. Really bring that knee in towards the chest so you feel that crunch in the abs. And then last one here. And the next one, we're going to add our twist. So bring the right knee in, opposite elbow to knee, back down to center. Exhale, lift, armpit to knee. Inhale, back down. Perfect. Slow and you need to take a break, that's okay too. This is hard work. Keep that lower back pressed flat to the mat so that you feel it more in the lower abs. Okay, let's do 2 more. My body is starting to shake. Last one. Come back to center. Okay, draw the knees in towards the chest. Just take a moment here. A rest. Okay. Now we're really going to just end off with our abs. Burn them out. So that it's all done. Okay. So now I want you to bring your legs to tabletop. Make sure your back is pressed flat to the mat. So there's no arching in the spine. And then we're going to bring our arms overhead. Now as we bring our arms overhead, I want you to make sure that you're not flaring in the ribs. So you've got that rib to hip connection, the ribs are down. And on our exhale, we're going to circle our arms around, lift up, fingertips touch behind the legs. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift up, tap the fingertips together. Perfect. Making sure your gaze comes towards your legs. Working those upper abs again. So this is just another version of the ab curl, but a harder version, because I want you to focus on that rib to hip connection. No flaring in the ribs. Back press flat to the mat. Let's go for another 2. 1 more. Touch those fingertips together if you can. Perfect. Rest your head. Bring your knees in towards your chest. We're going to lift up our head into our ab curl. Extend the left leg. Bring that right leg in towards the chest. So we're going into single leg stretch. And we're just going to alternate legs, switching here. Exhale as the knee comes in. Inhale as you start to switch. Perfect. Keep that lower back pressed flat to the mat. Keep that head up. Okay, we're going to add a twist. So take your hands behind your head, and then we're going to come into crisscross. Think of that opposite armpit towards the knees. So you're lifting up and over, really getting into those obliques. Exhale as you twist. Perfect. Let's do 2 more. Last one. Bring it in, hug the knees in towards the chest. Take a nice big deep breath, let it all go. Extend the arms and the legs out just for a second. Stretching those abs out. Okay. Bring the feet back in. We're going to come into our glute bridges now. We're going to do a glute bridge series. Okay, I want you to bring your feet in, your heels in towards your glutes. We're going to extend our hands towards the ceiling. And then on our exhale, we're going to lift our hips up towards the ceiling, squeezing the glutes. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. So we're not rolling through the spine this time. It's just a lift and a lower of the hips. The spine is neutral. And think of that rib to hip connection. So you kind of tucking the pelvis under a little bit. So we're still working the core here. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. Let's go for another 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold it up. Now we're going to drop our hips about halfway as we lower our arms. Think of drawing the ribs down Don't flare them, and then lift it back up, squeezing the glutes. The weight is in your heels, so we just lowering our arms and then lifting them back up. That half lower of the glutes. Exhale, lift it up. Inhale, lower it slightly. Remember that rib to hip connection, keeping those ribs down. Perfect. Really starting to feel it in the glutes, in the hamstrings. Okay. Hold it up. Now we're going to lower the hips down. We're going to come into our marches now. So I want you to, we're going to alternate. So I want you to put your weight in your right heel first, and then we're going to lift up into a single leg bridge, lower down the arms, and then lower the hips again, lifting the arms. Alternate sides, right leg lifts, and then lowers. So exhale, lift, inhale, lower. I want you to make sure that you are not wobbling through the hips here. Your hips are square and level. So if you need to, take a look at your hips. Make sure they are square towards the ceiling. No wobbling. Perfect. Let's do another 4, 3. Think of that control. 2. Last one. Lower it down. Lift your hips up towards the ceiling. Little pulses up. Little exhales as you pulse up. Burn it out here. Let's go for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower it down. Hug your knees in towards your chest. And then lift up to the seated. And then we're going to come into a 4-point kneeling position. So hands on the shoulders, knees under hips. And we're going to come into some swimming preps. So I want you to send your right leg back, your left arm forward. So think of drawing that core in before you create any movement. So we're going to inhale, extend arm and leg, creating that core, that foundation. Exhale, lower, and then we're going to take it out to the side. Lift it out to the side, keeping your balance. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift it out, create that length through the arm and the leg, and then lift it out to the side. So we're getting into the glute max, the glute med, and we're also really working our balance here. So this is where our core kicks in to keep our balance. Perfect. Let's do another 2. Last one. Create that length. Send it out to the side. Back to center. We're going to do a few push-ups here and then add our leg extension. So I want you to inhale, lower the chest down towards the mat. Exhale, press it back up. Inhale, lower. Exhale, press. Elbows are in towards your waist. And then we're going to add our leg extension. So on our next one, as we lower, we're going to extend the right leg, lift it back up. Extend, and then bring it back in. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift it back up. Perfect. Let's go for another 3 here. 2, 1. Perfect. Extend that right leg out. Check in with your hips, make sure they're level. Lift that leg up, give me a double pulse at the top. Lower back down. Exhale, lift double pulse. lower back down. So really make sure your core is engaged here, your belly button is the spine. You're pushing up out of your shoulders. You've got good form. You're not sinking down low. Pushing up. Perfect. Let's go for another 3, 2, 1. Lower it down, bring it in. We're going to come down onto our left forearm. Now we're going to come into a fire hydrant. So I want you to lift that right leg up. Make sure that the knee is above the foot and then lower it back down. Exhale to lift. Inhale to lower. Perfect. You're going to work the glute med more if you lift that knee up higher. So really focus on that. Okay, keeping that core engaged, of course, at all times. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. On our next one, we're going to extend our leg, bend it and lower it. Exhale, lift, extend, bend and lower. You can do this on a 2 breath. Exhale, lift, extend, inhale, bend and lower. Depending on how fast you can go, you can also do this on a 2 breath. So exhale, lift, inhale, extend, exhale, bend, inhale, lower. But go at your own pace. Perfect. Let's do one more. You can really feel the burn in the glutes. Lower it down. Woo! Come down onto the side. We're not finished working the glutes just yet. Okay, bend that bottom leg, extend that top leg. Make sure your hips are square here. You're pushing up out of your sideways, out of your shoulder. So you've got good form here. I want you to keep that pelvis still. And we're just going to bend and extend that leg. So exhale as you extend it back, feeling that glute. Tap that glute if you need to wake it up. As you take it back. Let's go for another 4, 3, 2, 1. On our next one, I'm going to bring it forward and kick it forward, bend it and take it back. So really, I'm going to move forward here because I'm touching my cupboards. So really focus on that glute contraction. Inhale, take it forward. Exhale, take it back. Focus on that pelvis as well. Make sure that you are not moving around in the pelvis. Your hips are squared. Perfect. Let's do another 2. Last one. Press up out of your shoulder. And then we're going to circle the leg around. Give me a nice big circle. Of course, this will vary on your hip mobility. But just make sure that that pelvis isn't moving around. Try and focus on that hip disassociation so that the femur moves in the hip socket without the hips moving. Okay, inhale for half the circle, exhale for the other half. Let's do one more. Perfect. Okay, we're going to lower down now onto our tummies. We're going to bring our palms in to face our hips. And we're going to lower our forehead to the mat. Feet are down. And then what I want you to do is I want you to retract the scapula on your inhale. So bring the shoulder blades together, lifting your arms, and then we're going to lift our chest forward a bit. So we're coming into back extension. Perfect. So inhale, retract, bringing the shoulder blades together. Exhale, lift up. Inhale, create that length through the crown of your head. Exhale, lower. Very small movement. Inhale, retract the shoulders. Exhale, lift. Inhale, stay up here. Create the length through the crown. Exhale, lower. Inhale, retract. Exhale, lift. Inhale, stay here. Create the length through your head. Exhale, lower. So slow movements, feeling this in your back and in your triceps. Really creating that length, lifting up and then lowering. Inhale, shoulder blades come together, lifting the arms off the floor. Exhale, lift the chest up, lengthen, lower back down. On our next one, we're going to stay up, so retract the shoulders, bring them together. Exhale, lift. Inhale, stay here. We're going to lift our legs as well. So lifting from the glutes, and we're going to go swimming here. So we're just going to alternate our legs, swimming here, swimming from the glutes, so no bending of the legs. We're swimming, keeping those legs straight, working into those glutes, working into the back. Let's go for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower it down. Press back to a sharp stretch. Oh, nice counter stretch for the back. Okay, perfect. Let's go immediately to the other side. No faffing about. We're going to start with our swimming prep again on the other side. So right arm, left leg, lifts, lowers, and then I want you to take it out to the side. So really focus on drawing the belly button in. That core connection is so important for keeping your balance. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. And then take it out to the side. So create that length as you lift it up. And then take it out to the side. Perfect. Let's do one more. Okay, take it down. We're going to come into our push-ups on our knees. So inhale, lower, exhale, lift. Bring the elbows in towards the waist. And then we're going to add our leg extension. So on the next one, we're going to lower and extend the left leg. Exhale, lift up. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Feeling it in arms, in the core, in the glutes, in all those good things. Okay, let's go for another one. Perfect. Now I want you to extend that left leg back, check in with your hips, make sure they're level, make sure they're square towards the ground. Going to lift it up, double pulse, lower. Exhale, lift, double pulse, inhale, lower. You're doing so well. Keep the belly button to spine, spine is straight. Feeling it in the supporting leg as well. Okay, let's do another 2. Last one. Perfect. Bring it in, come down onto your right forearm. And then we're going to lift our leg out to the side, knee above foot. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift, knee above foot. Make sure you're not shifting your body towards the right. So try and move more towards the left. We don't want to shift and open. We want to make sure that we're still keeping that good form. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. Let's do another 2. Last one. On our next one, we're going to lift, extend, create that length through the leg, bend and lower. Exhale, lift and extend. Inhale, bend and lower. We're almost there. Almost at the finish line, guys. And then we can take a nice stretch for today's class. Okay, perfect. Let's do another 2. Last one. Perfect. Woo. Come down onto your side, onto your forearm, lifting up out of the shoulder, out of the side waist. Extend that top leg, and then we're going to lift it, bend it, and extend it out. So push through that heel as you extend it out. Exhale, extend it out, tap that glute. Make sure that it's awake, because sometimes you can't feel in the glute and you have to actually tap it. Make sure it's there. Okay, perfect. Let's do another 3. Last 2. Last 1. We're going to bring it forward and kick it forward, and then extend it back. So inhale forward, exhale back. Feeling that glute connection. So think of the mind to muscle connection in your body, using your own body weight here. And even though you're using your own body weight, it can be tough. So don't underestimate it. Perfect. Let's do another 3. Don't rock in the pelvis. Last 2. Last 1. Pelvis is square. Take it back. Circle it around and back down. Keeping the hips stable. So move that femur bone inside the hip socket. Try and not move your hips around here. So if you have to make your circle smaller, do that. Change the direction. Perfect. Let's do another 2 more. Last one. Bring it in. Come down onto your tummy. Rest your forehead on the mat. And then we're going to bring our hands towards our shoulders, so we're coming into swan. Make sure your feet are externally rotated, your legs are externally rotated, about mat width distance apart. On inhale, we're going to lift up into extension, into swan, shoulders down and back. Don't lock out at the elbows. Feeling that nice extension in the back. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. And you are going to feel this in your triceps if you're not already. Follow your breath. Keep your belly button to spine. Don't hyperextend in your neck. So make sure you're looking straight as you lift up. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Let's do another 2. My triceps are starting to burn. Last one, lift up. Feel that extension. Lower back down. Press back to a shell stretch. A nice counter stretch. Release those arms. Just take a nice big deep breath here. We're gonna just calm our nervous system down a bit. That was a lot of hard work that we did. Okay. I want you to press up into a pike now. Just pedal out your heels here. I'm going to come into a nice glute stretch because we did a lot of glute work. So with our swan dive that we did now, we stretched out the abs. And then we're going to bring our right leg through between our hands, lower down, lift up, and then lower down. nice glute stretch. Just stay here for a moment, just breathe. Relaxing after today's class. Okay. I want you to lower down onto your glute. We're going to swing that left leg around, place that foot on top of the knee, lift up and extend the spine, and then sink forward, keeping a straight spine. Lift up again, extend the spine, fold forward and fold over your legs. Taking that big inhale. Perfect. Roll back up. We're going to come back into our pike again. Pedaling out the heels or whatever feels good for you here. Stretching out the shoulders. Bring that left leg in through your arms. Lift up onto your fingertips and then lower down. Feeling a nice glute stretch. Make sure your hips are level. Just enjoy the stretch. So good after today's class. Perfect. Lower down onto your glute. Bring that right leg over the left. Lift and lengthen the spine. Shift forward, keeping a straight spine. Feeling a nice stretch in the hips. Lift and lengthen again. Shift forward and then fold over. Take a nice big inhale here. And exhale it all out. Rolling up vertebra by vertebra to seated. Come into the middle of your mat, cross-leg position. We're going to take our hands behind our back, clasp your hands together, open up your chest. Feeling a nice stretch, nice opening, close your eyes. Feeling the extension in the spine. Take your hands in front of you, clasp them together, around your back. Lift back up, take the right arm up and over, coming into lateral flexion. Take your hand down to the mat, feeling a nice rotation in the spine, stretch in the back. Lift it back up, come back to center. We're going to do that on the other side. Left arm lifts up and over, feeling a nice opening in the side waist. Take that hand down, feeling a rotation in the spine. Lift it back up, come back to center. And that is it for today's class, guys. I hope that you have enjoyed it, and I hope that you will stay with me for the rest of the program. If you have enjoyed this video, please give me a like, subscribe down below, share it with a friend, and I'll see you all in the next video. Bye guys.